Welcome to the Trade to Real podcast. I'm your host, Trey. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my podcast. I greatly appreciate it. So let's talk about it. Male loneliness epidemic. I see everyone doing reaction videos to this, talking about this. I read the articles, and I just wanted to get my take on it. Is there a male loneliness epidemic? No, I don't think so. I think a lot of men are just burnt out with dating. They got dating fatigue. They're tired of wasting their money, time, and energy on women who are not into them. Man, when they go on dating apps, they're not getting that many matches and that many likes. They may hit up a woman, but a lot of women have all these options when they get on a dating app. They may not be good options, but they have options. When a woman goes on a dating app, she's flooded with messages and likes. And how can a man compete with that when he's not getting that many matches like that? A lot of men are also tired of spending all this money on dating apps. They spend all this money on dating apps. They're not getting any return on their investment. And that's the dating market we're in. We all feel that, both men and women. We feel that we have this false reality, like we got all these options due to social media. There's so many dating apps now to meet people, and we really don't. We have a false sense of reality that we got all these options, and we don't. You also have men who just got out of a relationship. They're not trying to date. They have no desire to date. You have men out here who are unemployed. They may have lost their job. They dealing with a minor setback. They're not trying to date. They rather just be alone. In the dating market, we all know that a man's value is based on how much money he makes. So if a man is not making that much money, he's not going to date. He'd rather just be by himself and focus on getting into a better situation. And you also have men who just went through a divorce. They're not trying to date. They may be hurt, They're not trying to take a chance on a woman now, so they rather just be by themselves. And also, I don't think men are not afraid to be alone. When you've been alone for a while, you have peace with being by yourself, and you're not going to just invite anybody into your life who could potentially disturb that peace. I don't think there's a male loneliness epidemic. Both men and women, we're not seeing eye to eye when it comes to dating. Because we all refuse to settle. We all have our own standards, and we all feel like we can get better. And that's why the dating market is the way it is. Both men and women are not seeing eye to eye. And you also have women out there who just rather be alone as well. They've been burnt too many times, and they don't trust men. Men are out here too. They've been burnt, hurt, they've been taken advantage of, and they don't trust women. So you have this pool in the dating scene of all these people who don't have their stuff together. They're hurt. They're dealing with all this past trauma. They're not in a position to date. There's not that many good options, especially around my age, and I'm in my early 30s. I'm 33 years old. Shoot, the good ones are already taken, and that's how some people feel. Some people feel like if I haven't gotten married by now, what's the point? I'd rather just be alone and focus on myself. And a lot of men are checked out. They're mentally checked out. You got men who are working over 60 hours a week just trying to survive. They're working so much they have no work-life balance. They don't have time to date. Dating, when it comes to dating is like it's like a second job. You're on a job interview, trying to give the best. You're trying to be on your best behavior, give the best impression you can to really get into this person's life. You're trying to work so hard to be invited into this person's life. That's how it feels. And most men don't have that time to really pursue a woman right now when they're working so much. You have men who are so tired, like on the weekends, they're so tired from Monday through Friday, they'd rather just sleep in on the weekend, relax, regroup, rest. And you can't do that when you're trying to date. So no, I just don't think there's a male loneliness epidemic. I think a lot of men are just focused on themselves. They're working on themselves. They're working on becoming the best versions of themselves. So I don't think there's a male loneliness epidemic. I think both men and women were just unsatisfied. We're just unsatisfied with the options that are left in the dating pool. Because the dating pool is just filled with piss, you know? So I think a lot of men are just happy with being by themselves. A lot of men have hobbies as well. They play video games. There's some maybe traveling with friends. They're really taking this time to just enjoy life. And maybe having a woman in their life is not a priority. So there's no male loneliness epidemic, man. I see everyone doing reaction videos. A lot of people are angry at this article. It is what it is, you know. There's nothing wrong with being alone. And I feel like men and women are just taking this time just to be alone, focus on themselves, heal. Especially if they just went through a breakup. They just want to just be alone for a bit and focus on themselves. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think there's a male loneliness epidemic? If you think so, how do we get here? Is it a bad thing? Let me know. Peace.